Yes guys, I'm Si, welcome back to the channel. It's Cardiff City World, Bluebirds content 7 days a week. I apologise, it's slightly something different. It's a match day preview this time around. I had a bit of a funny turn yesterday at the radio station in the morning. Just meant that my plans for yesterday just went a bit awry, but we're back on it today, feeling a lot better. So here we go, a quick fire deep dive into Cardiff City's League One fixture against Burton Albion. We're going to unpack the tactics, the player matchups, the strengths, the vulnerabilities, and what each side must do to win the fixture. This is the matchday preview. This is your tactical roadmap to Cardiff City versus Burton Albion. So let's go. First up, let's set the scene. Burton, they are currently sitting mid to lower table in League One. Their early season record is mixed. 1 win, 2 draws, 4 losses in the league, giving them just 4 points from their 7 matches. At home, they've had slightly better returns, but their away form has been poor, with 0 wins on the road. They've scored 5 goals in the league, 0.71 per game, and they've conceded 10, which is just under 1.5 per game. They are vulnerable at the back, but under Bowyer, Gary Bowyer, they will look to absorb pressure, attempt to frustrate Cardiff, and use their physicality in on the break or set pieces. On the squad front, they've recruited carefully. They've got Rakuten, who's joined in 2024. He's a key defensive figure. They've also got the likes of Dylan Williams from Chelsea, and of course they've got Alex Hartridge recently joined to try and strengthen those defensive options. In the midfield and attack, they have got the likes of Charlie Webster, Kyron Lofthouse, and Jake Beasley, all of which are pretty consistent performers. Young striker Jack Newell has been promoted to the first team, and he could feature. But Burton, look, they're not title contenders by any means, but they can be dangerous and should absolutely not be underestimated. They have structural weaknesses that the Bluebirds can exploit, but they will attempt to be very disruptive. When you turn to Cardiff, under Brian Barry Murphy, the side is progressively establishing a brand of football. High tempo, pressing, vertical passes, youth integration. Their cup performance last week showed really what this side can do and how good it can be. The key for the Cardiff has been balance. Being aggressive without being reckless. The pressing has been cohesive and dangerous, turning the ball over in the opponent's half constantly. They dominate possession in every game. Away from home at the weekend, 73% possession. Absolutely unreal. Do they need to be a bit more clinical? I think so in the final third. Hasn't been as much of a problem at home, in fairness. They will look to push Burton's defensive block, move them out of space, move them side to side, pull players out of position, and then switch the play, get in behind, and exploit the flanks. The big question: how aggressive and how optimistic will BBM be with his selection? Does he go with a really aggressive 11? Does he look for control? He's got so many options at the moment that it's very difficult to pick the 11 he'll go with. The back four, and if you haven't seen it already, check out a video we've got coming a bit later today, talking about the 4 centre-back options that we have at the club at the moment. Absolutely unreal choice. They're all in form. They're all quality on their day. So it's interesting. I expect a strong core from BBM today. But the wingers is where they've been really dangerous in recent games. Kean Ashford been absolutely outstanding for the last couple of games. Isaac Davis looks back to his best, aggressive and direct. For me, Joel Colwill's got to play at home. He can break lines, he can carry the ball, he can receive the ball under pressure, he can combine with his brother, and Ryan Wintle gives you the ball recovery and the protection for the back four to stop them being exposed, as we've seen in previous seasons. For Burton, Webster and Lofthouse will be the key. They will try to congest the centre, harass during transitions, and force Cardiff into wide areas. If Cardiff overcommit early, Burton can hit them on the break, but they will look to do their damage, I think, majorly with set pieces. Up front, Cardiff have a strategic decision to make. Do they go with the physicality of Yousef Salech, or do they go with Callum Robinson, or do they play both? Salech gives you the physicality, he gives you the hold-up play, the pressing intensity, he drags defenders out of position, he opens up the pockets for the likes of Rubin Colwill, Joel Colwill, the wingers. Callum Robinson, a much more clinical finisher, or certainly at the moment. He'll drop in and link up to play, but he can also play on the shoulder. They both offer different but similar things, and they both create space for others. It'll be interesting what the manager goes with and how aggressive he goes. Could he even go with a Wintle Rubin midfield with Callum Robinson just off Salech? That would be adventurous, I've got to say. But the wide players is where it's at, as I mentioned. Keane Ashford, Isaac Davis, they will look to have chalk on their boots, stretch the Burton defence, pin the fullbacks back, offer the diagonal out ball, and Cardiff just need to avoid being too narrow, which I don't think will be a problem on the big old Cardiff City pitch. At the back, Cardiff, as I say, they can, and Penny NG's going to play with Kapacchio out. Joel Bagan has been ever present and outstanding. It's just which centre-back pairing they go with. For me, home game, looking to be aggressive. I think Dylan comes in, and then it's who do you partner in with. Lawlor and Fish have built a real good understanding, a real good partnership, but Chambers and Osho have been in great form. So it'll be fascinating to see what the manager goes with. For me, the key matchups or tactical triggers in the game, I think the Salech Robertson versus the Burton centre-backs will be fascinating. If it's Salech, can he dominate them? Can he do what he's so good at? Can we get the ball into the box for him to score? If it's Robinson, we need the runners beyond him when he drops in. And can he carry on his scoring form that he's been in? The midfield, can the Colwill brothers do what they've done so much this year? Get Rubin on the ball, Joel Colwill being a dual winning monster, and then getting in behind and supporting the fullbacks. The fullbacks are very clever. Sometimes they invert, sometimes they overlap, sometimes they underlap, but they create a big attacking asset for Cardiff City to utilise. Set pieces both ways will be vital. Burton's strength is in dead ball situations. Cardiff, historically, at least over the last couple of years, haven't been great defending set pieces. Although I must say this year we've been a lot better. Really, really good. We haven't conceded many goals all season. And we're slowly becoming more of a threat ourselves from set pieces. Transition moments, of course, will be vital. But that will be both ways as well. Burton, of course, will look to exploit the transition. But Cardiff are so dangerous in the transition. The triggers for the press, Cardiff will look for heavy touches, wrong foot, certain individuals I'm sure that they will have done in their research. If they turn the ball over in the final third, then that's when they need to be clinical, because that can be a real issue for the opposition, because Cardiff force a lot of errors, and also if Cardiff get ahead, they're such a difficult side to play against. For me, I expect it to be a tough game. I think it may take Cardiff a while to break Burton down. I expect once they break them down, once they get that first goal, I think Cardiff will be comfortable. But they're getting that first goal. If they can get it early, it can be a comfortable night. Maybe if it goes on a bit longer, an hour mark, and it's still 0-0, Burton will get more and more hope from that, and they will look to hit us on the break. For me, I think 2-0 Cardiff. I think Cardiff will just have a bit too much, particularly at home. Hopefully a big crowd, and fans can get behind the team, and we can spur them on to another 3 points. Go into the international break with some heavy momentum again, only for the international break to ruin it again, which is what's going to happen. Always does. But there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you check out the video, which is coming out about 5 o'clock later on on the defenders, and I'll be back for a short video or live after the game, depending on what time I get home. We're back to normal now. I apologise. My health has been all over the place. You might be able to hear I'm still a bit bunged up, but I do feel a little bit better. It was just yesterday, some stuff. Thanks, as always, for the support. Keep the faith. Keep it locked to Cardiff City World, because we have got content. All things going. All things Cardiff City. 7 days a week, multiple times a day. Your support is welcome. Keep the faith, my friends, and I'll see you about 5 o'clock. Nice one!
Rascal Beats.
For your Caesar, Cardiff City, ride with me for your Caesar.